Hello, how are you guys doing? It is a beautiful day today. It's 4:05. I've been busy all day long. I just went and got Jimmy John's. And let's see, what else? I'm singing in the rain. It's not raining. Anyway, oh my god, but there is a wind advisory because it's like so crazy windy here today. I have been listening to my audiobook all day long, which is why I haven't been vlogging. I got up, I had to go meet with some people for an appointment, and then I had my counseling appointment, and then I stopped at the library on the way, and which was really fun because you guys know I love the library. Got a bunch of books. They had a bunch of books there that I wanted. And then have I already vlogged this morning? I'm like losing it. And then my brother-in-law and his girlfriend are doing our yard. So I came back to check and see how things were going with them. And they got like half of it done. It looks incredible. They're like doing our front walk. And so now I'm pulling into the gas station to get them Powerades because that's what they wanted. She wants blue, he wants purple. So I'm going to get them Powerades. Yeah, and that's about my life right now. Isn't that just so exciting? I can't even hardly believe it. It's so exciting. And I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to take a nap. I'm like really tired, and I haven't taken a nap in the middle of the afternoon forever, so I'm super excited about that. And then I'm going to listen to my audiobook tonight, and I'm going to read. I may go to my meeting. I may not. I don't know. I know I should, but I'm not sure I really feel like it tonight. I feel like just relaxing. I've been like really into this like calm state of mind of just like relaxing lately. Do you guys ever go through that where you're just like, So yeah. And I already got my coffee from Starbucks. And I already drank it, so to me it's almost empty. It's basically backwash at this point. So anyway, that's my day. See you guys in a little bit. I'm back. I may be in the exact same place I was when I left off the last time at the gas station, because I just went through to get a fountain pop for my meeting, and I just left my house, and my brother-in-law and his girlfriend just got done with our yard. It is 9 o'clock. They got there at 11:30. I feel so bad for them. It looks gorgeous though. They took out, I mean, we literally had like weeds and all kinds of bullshit that were like 3.5 feet high. And now it's literally like, we have a few hostas that are like this big. It's gorgeous. Looks like a resort in the Caribbean now. We have those lights that line it when you walk up. I love that. It's all mulched and weed eated and all that kind of stuff. I think it's raining. Like, it looks like it's gonna rain. I also realized today that the reason my headaches have been so bad lately is because my glasses are so tight. And so I need to like find I have these Ray-Ban glasses that are not tight, but I hate how they look. And really the truth is I just need to go and get an eye appointment. And the reason I haven't yet is because we get free eye appointments with our insurance, and I need to look up and see where I can get a free eye appointment and just schedule it. I've just been lazy is what. I mean, I haven't been lazy like in life. I've been super busy. Like today was super busy. I did take a nap though, which was nice. I came home and I watched the very last episode of LA Hair from this season, and I ate my Jimmy John's, and tried to take a nap, but every time I took a nap, like, Fufu or his girlfriend would like walk in the door. I mean, it wasn't their fault. They had to like go to the bathroom or something. So the dogs downstairs would start barking. Then Pee-Pee would jump off the bed and run downstairs because he thought a party was happening, and it just was a lot. So I just was like, I actually wasn't going to go to my meeting tonight. I was like, I'm just going to stay at home and relax. And then I was like, I need to get out of this house. I need to be a good sober person. So, yeah, so that's what I did. And it was like a wind advisory out earlier. It's not really that windy at all anymore. I'm like looking around to see if anything's blowing in the wind. It's not. It's actually very nice. It's very nice. I posted a video before I took a nap. Let's see if it's doing any good. Oh my god, 1,400 views on my romper rant. That's crazy. Nicole said, Peter, I wish I had your confidence. It's refreshing. Love you so much. I wish I had my confidence too. Colton Lloyd, this cracks me up. I don't know why, but he said, I'm a new subscribe, but with no E on it, and then the next comment was, Colton, I love you for that. That is hilarious. I actually talked in my counseling session today about, like, how, like, I feel so comfortable with you guys, and I feel so comfortable on camera that I present, like, naturally who I am with a lot of confidence, right? Like, it's not hard for me to do. This is like on the heels of my social anxiety conversation, like I brought up that I was talking about that. By the way, my counselor is not one bit impressed that I'm a YouTuber. He could really care less, which is great, honestly, because like he understands it, but he's like, not like, you know, it doesn't mean anything to him, and I don't think he's ever watched one of my videos. It would be really funny if he and his wife, like, I like asked like a couple personal questions this morning or today, and like when I was a counselor, like I talked about all kinds of personal issues. Like I just thought it was relatable with people, and that was just a choice that I made because I wanted to go to a counselor that would share personal things. And so I was like asking him if he had kids and all this kind of stuff today, and I knew he was married, but he's younger, he's 34. And like he answered my questions, but then he was like, okay, let's get back on task. Like, but no, I don't want to be on task. I don't like being on task. I could just talk off task all day. But he did say to me, he was like, I think this is why your vlogs are very natural for you, because you can just go off in 50 different tangents. And I thought, I haven't, and this is what's so funny is, I don't know that I've ever used the word vlog with him in his office. And so, like I've said, YouTube videos, he's like asked me what I did, and I was like, well, I'm a life coach, and then I do like, you know, executive corporate trainings and things like that, and I used to be a counselor like you, and I worked in a facility, and he knows my history, right? But I don't know that I've ever used the word vlogger in my videos or in my sessions with him. And so today he was like, he said it twice. He said something about being a vlogger, you're a natural talker, and then he said something else, and he was like, you know, in your vlogs, that's probably why it's so easy for you to kind of like go on and ramble and talk about all these different things. And I thought, baby, he's watched my videos. like he and his wife are probably laying in bed at night. He's probably deciphering all of my world's problems in my vlogs. So if you are, you're helping me out. I told him today, I almost started crying. I was like, you've been so helpful to me, you have no idea. Because like I went in there and I was like, this is going to mean something to me. Like I am going, like this is going to be transforming for me. Because all of my life I've worked with clients that didn't really want to be in the office. And I was like, okay, this is going to be transforming for me. Like whatever he suggests, I'm going to learn from. And so today, I went in there and we were talking about our couples counseling session and stuff, and I said, you know, I really don't want to, like, regurgitate what happened at the couples counseling session. It went great yesterday, and we had dinner, it was fun, blah, 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 whatever. I said, what I really would like to talk about today is how it took me 36 years to become incredibly confident, and then I lost it in the matter of a couple years because every time I get into a relationship, I become dependent on the other person for validation because I'm so codependent. And I've done this with my dad, with my mom, with my first boyfriend, with my second boyfriend, now with Alex. And I said, I need to learn how to be confident and stand on my own 2 feet. Like, not just financially dependent. I don't mean anything like that. I mean, like, I need to learn how to be emotionally... What is going on here? Is there an accident? Hell's bells. I need to be, like, emotionally independent, so that I can, like, I don't have to rely on anybody else emotionally. Does that make sense? Like, and I can be confident and be like sure of myself. And I know I have it in me, but I don't know how to apply it on a daily basis. Oh, this was like a bad accident. There's fire trucks and all kinds of things. Oh no, it's construction. So anyway, so he was giving me some tips. And the other thing that he taught me, which I thought was really great, is that like, in relationships, I tend to be critical. I'm sure you would never guess that, right? And there's the 5-1 rule. It's from somebody. He quoted somebody. I can't remember. He looked at me like I should know who it was. I was like, I don't know who that person is. Like some writer or motivational speaker or something. That for every negative comment you make, you need to make 5 positive comments, right? So if your husband is like late to dinner and you say to him, you know, like, I can't believe you're late to dinner. Well, then now you need to make 5 positive comments, right? Because for every negative comment, we hear, like, okay, 1 negative comment equals 5 positive comments in our head, the way that we weigh that out. And so it also gets you into the practice of talking more positively. And it's interesting because, like, he talked about it this week, but he also talked about it, like, 2 weeks ago. And since then, like, I've been doing that, and not just with Alex, but, like, with my entire life, everybody in my life. And it's interesting, like, the way that those conversations, have changed with people in a really, like, nice way, you know? So I'm learning a lot. Counseling is fantastic for me, and having grown up the child of an alcoholic, I don't know that, like, I can address the fact that my mother was an alcoholic growing up, and I can address the fact, and I told him, I said, you know, like 10 years ago, if my mother was still alive, I would never be in this room talking about it. Like, you're a secret keeper as a child of an alcoholic. You don't talk about it. You might talk about it to your one close friend that has an idea anyway, but, like, you don't talk about it. And, but the fact that I would be on camera talking about it, and I'm not doing that to shame my mother. Listen, my mother was sober 12 years and 11 months before she passed away. So there's nothing for her to be ashamed of. You know, she made amends to me. She cleaned up her life. She was a wonderful mother at the end. And she was also a wonderful mother many times while she was drinking. But the fear of walking through the door and not knowing what kind of mom I was going to walk into, or what situation I was going to walk into, or if she'd even be home sometimes, was terrifying to me as a child. And the uncertainty of all of that. And when I look back on that, like now when I see kids that were 6 or 9 or 10 and they seem so little to me, and I think back on that and I think about, like, how, like, I almost as an adult could conceptualize that emotional pain and how to, like, compartmentalize it, if that makes any sense. So that, like, I had to just take care of business and, like, find something to eat and I would put mom to bed at 8 years old. Who puts their mom to bed at 8 years old? Do you know what I mean? And, so I think that we're secret keepers. And I told him, like, I kind of broke down today and I said, I don't think I've ever talked about that. Like, I've never talked about the pain associated with that. And, like, I need to talk about it. Like, I need to get it out. And I don't want my pain to be misplaced. And because Alex is the person that's always there, then it comes out on him, if that makes sense. It's like transference, kind of. And, he was like, absolutely, you know? And, so we're, like, processing a lot of my pain that I had with my mom. But, like, in a healthy, positive, like, in a safe environment for me. While at the same time being able to forgive my mom because she was in her own addiction and she didn't know any better, you know? I'm not excusing her behavior, but I can't blame her when she was in the depths of her alcoholism for the fact that I had to put her to bed. And I'm not excusing it. I want to make this very, very clear, okay? Because I have low tolerance for parents that do that. But she had never been exposed to any kind of therapy, treatment, 12-step program to help her with that, you know? Now, once she was, then it was she needed to do something about it. And, you know, and she didn't for many, many years. Which I think was why I was so angry at my mom at the end. I was like, she's never going to get sober. I mean, I'd given up total hope. I was like, I don't really care if you get sober or not. It's your fucking life. Do what you want to do with that. And that was really my attitude at the end before she got sober. In fact, when she called me and told me she had been going to meetings, I was like, okay. I mean, what do you want, Mama Gold Star? I, like, had that conversation with her. And she was like, well, I thought that you would be excited. I was like, excited for what? Like, what? Great. I'm glad that you're getting sober. You know, it was like, I was very angry and resentful for like a whole year, you know, before I could even really have any kind of healthy conversation with her. We had some good times. My cousin got married that year. Like literally like 2 weeks after my mom got sober. And I remember having a really good time with her at the wedding, but I didn't trust her. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't trust that it was going to have any kind of long-lasting impact or that it would stick around. Because I had seen that so many times, you know, like, oh, I'm quitting, I'm quitting, I'm quitting. If you're part of an alcoholic or an addicted family, you know what I'm talking about. It can be your child, it can be your friend, it can be your, you know, nephew or your grandchild. It's all the same. I mean, we make a million promises and we have no intention of sticking to them. It's just so sad, you know? We ruin families, not with our drug use, but with our promises. We ruin relationships and, you know, friendships, not with the drugs or the alcohol, but with the words that we use, you know? You promise something to somebody long enough. You promise them you're going to change, and you say, I'm sorry, you know, over and over and over again for years, and then the words I'm sorry and I promise don't mean anything anymore. They have, like, no meaning. When people apologize to me, it, like, really has no impact on me. I'm like, I'm very much like, own your shit, take responsibility for it, and explain to me how it's going to change. Then I will believe you, okay? And then I want to see some action to it. But just to come into this room and apologize to me, that doesn't mean anything. Are you guys like that? Like, if you grow up in alcoholic or addict families, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, oh, she said it again? Okay. Well, I'm sure when the wind blows, she'll be drinking. So, you know, it's so hard to trust that. And this counseling is so amazing. And it's so funny because, like, the first 2 sessions, I wouldn't say I got into it with him, but, like, he definitely challenged me, and I think I was kind of like, oh, did he just not, he didn't challenge me, did he? Not Peter Monn. And it was like, I think in retrospect, it was so good because I kind of needed to be put in my place, especially from, like, an age perspective because he's younger than me. And now I, like, oh my God, I trust this man. I mean, he has, like, the soul of, like, a 70-year-old, if that makes sense. Like, I so trust him, you know, and he's just fantastic. He's just like, he is expensive. He's expensive, but I'm expensive, so I know, like, how that goes. You know, counseling's expensive. It just is, but it's really priceless at the same time. It's saving my life. And, you know, one of the only reasons why I really am talking about it on here at length, because I can tell you it's not embarrassing now, but it was embarrassing at first to talk on here, and I forced myself to do it, especially about marriage counseling, because I thought, if there's anybody out there that's questioning getting into counseling, if they can hear a counselor talk about going to counseling, or a life coach going about going to counseling, then maybe they'll go do it. So go do it, okay? And if you can't afford it, there are resources in your area where you can get, you know, cheap counseling or cheap group counseling through, like, community mental health centers and things like that, or pro bono situations that, or, you know, pay on a sliding fee scale. And I used to do that for years. You know, I'd see people for really cheap rates. So check into it if you're really wanting that. This is so interesting. I don't know if you'll be able to see this on camera, but, like, do you see it right there? It's like total rain coming down. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to focus in on it. Do you see that? Isn't that crazy? It's beautiful out tonight. So yeah, so, like, I go into counseling and then I come out of it and I feel so good, and, like, my day is just so good, but I felt, like, exhausted afterwards today. But we don't have counseling for 2 weeks, individual or otherwise, so I'm, like, good to go. Anyway, all right, you guys, I'm gonna go to my meeting and I will talk to you in a little while. I can't believe it's so early, and I've like spoken so much today on this vlog already. Of course, in the car, but it is what it is. So the lesson to take from this is, if you've been thinking to yourself, I should go see a counselor, and you've been putting it off, go see a counselor. It is saving my life. I wouldn't say saving my life. My life didn't need saving, but it's like transforming my life. I mean, it is like, I mean, it is making everything so much better, and I'm like, I just feel so light. I don't know how to explain it, you know? So please try it, you know? I have a lot of hope and a lot of understanding and comprehension about what's going on in my life and what's going on with my life and how I ended up where I'm at, you know? And I think that's important. So if you've questioned it and you thought maybe I should go, go. It's awesome. And if you go to somebody and you don't like them and it doesn't feel like the right fit, go find somebody else. Keep on finding somebody else until you find the person that fits for you. Because I think that is vital, is to find somebody that you have a great rapport with and that you trust. And that's my 2 cents about that today. So I will talk to you guys in a little while. We're at the kennel. Who let the dogs out? Uh-oh, they heard us. Shh. Don't scare me. Oh, jeez. Who let the dogs out? Tanya used to live here at the kennel.
Oh, listen.
Let me show you what would drive me crazy. Tanya has this TV that, like, look at that. It's like, that TV is true story, like, oh my Lord. It's like The Ring or something. Cash. Watch my toes. I'll show you where Pee-Pee stays when he comes. Pee-Pee stays back here in the condos. What's with all these lights? They're all like, something scary is going on in here. They don't usually ever flicker like that. Who let the dogs out? We're gonna sit outside for a little bit. Tanya and I just saw a coyote out her front yard. We got so scared it started coming across to us. Where is it?
I wish that damn light would stay on. Peter, don't scare me, whatever you do. Shh. Oh, son of a bitch.
Where is it? It was just there. What would you do if it leapt up and ate our face?
I used to tell Nick stories about Willis when he was little.
I don't see it. It was just standing over there. It literally came right there.
It's somewhere behind your truck or Nick's.
I think I see it standing like next to that driveway over there. Ooh.
It's probably eating the neighborhood cats.
Eating the neighborhood cat?
That's what they do. There's a big signs all over, lost gray cat.
Tanya.
Do you see it?
I don't see it. Tanya got me so scared I came running inside. You see I made this fern. I think it went into the woods. We were sitting on our front porch right there.
I don't trust it.
It came from the woods over there and went all the way over there.
Better not got my baby deer.
Aww.
I better stay away from Mrs. Peabody.
Mrs. Peabody the duck. Tanya has got
It's a rake.
A rake. She's like, that thing is not gonna get me. Look at her. She's sitting there with a rake on the front porch.
I wonder if my dog, they're at back for my dogs.
Well, that fence is like 10 foot high over there. Where did it go?
I dare you to walk out there.
Hell no, I'm not walking out there. It's probably sleeping over in your little house over there right there.
Start a patronage count, and then we'll charge $15 for Peter to go out to the woods.
Start a Patreon count for me to go into the woods. That's never gonna happen.
I need to get that light fixed.
Tell a scary story while we're on camera. Why not?
No, because I'm freaked out.
What's the scary story that we know? Do you hear the wind over there?
Seriously, do you see it?
I don't see it, or I would tell you.
Because I think Mr. Crawford's motion detector went on.
Just now?
Walk out there, Peter.
I'm not walking out there.
Why? You were like, come on. Oh, so. Peter, that's not funny.
Look at her with that rake.
Peter, walk out there.
No, it's in the woods, Tanya. It's in there.
Then why, if it's in the woods, then why won't you walk out there?
Why don't you go walk out there?
Because I have a rake to protect you.
I'm scared sitting here in the chair. Look at that TV. Does that TV not drive you crazy back there in the office?
I love that.
You just jumped like. Oh my God! There it is.
I felt like it was running towards us, like it was gonna get us.
It, like, kept on stopping in the middle of the road.
And then like looking at us.
And then like looking at us and turning around and coming back at us.
Like it's stalking us. Be Jack Nicholson, the Wolfman.
We should call this Devil Coyote. What would you do if it was like right underneath that pine tree right there?
Right there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
You've got that rake like up, like you're ready to attack.
I think it's right around the corner.
It's not right around the corner.
Just walk around the corner.
No, because I know you're gonna come and scare me.
I promise I will not scare you. Just walk right out front, right here, 2 steps. See if you can see it. I promise I won't scare you.
The motion sensor just went off. I don't see it.
I know what it would do if a jogger just jogged by me.
I know. Can you imagine? Here, coyote, coyote.
You would shit your britches. That thing flying around that mower.
Oh my God, I would be terrified. Here, coyote, coyote.
Why do the weird stuff always happen to us?
Because we're weird people.
And it's gorgeous out here.
We do always have scary stuff happen to us. What's something scary that's happened?
Well, that Slender Man, and then
The Slender Man on the side of the road.
lots of things.
What else?
The cop stopping us and telling me I didn't live where I lived.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, ma'am, you're going to have to get out of the car. And you're like, she's my friend. You can call her husband right now.
What else happened? All right, well, we'll come back if the coyote shows. Can we just talk about the fact that my good Judy, Tanya, and I sat outside in front of her kennel for a good hour looking for that coyote with her and that rake? We did. That's how we spend our nights. People are like, you need your own reality show. I need my own reality show. Can you guys like write Bravo or TLC and say, you guys are missing out on reality show gold with Peter Monn and his good Judy, Tanya? I need a reality show called My Good Judy. And it would be me and Tanya and it just like our antics. Like we were talking on the way home. Can you guys even imagine? People would eat it up. They would love it. People would love it. It would be like one whole episode would be us and the coyote ugly. I was like, they're kind of slinky. She goes, they're predators. I go, they are predators, aren't they? She goes, they're predators. She goes, and bobcats. There's bobcats all over the place. I said, there's bobcats? She goes, yeah, I'm sure they're out in the woods right now. Because she's got all this woods behind her because she backs up to this nature preserve or whatever it's called. That'd be a whole episode, us just like waiting for the coyote to come get us. And then she said, I think we should do a whole day where we do like, we go to all the waterfalls in Indianapolis. I said, there's waterfalls in Indianapolis? She said, yes, there's waterfalls in Indianapolis. I said, well, I didn't know that. She said, well, I think we should go to all the waterfalls. I said, I am totally down. I think that would be so much fun. Can you imagine a whole episode of my reality show, Tanya and I hunting down waterfalls? We probably wouldn't even be able to find them. We're so bad when it comes to directions. If you watch my whole vlog from when we went to the Covered Bridge Festival, that was back in the fall. That was hilarious. Did you guys watch that vlog? That was before I had my vlogging channel up. Don't you think I need a reality show? I need a reality show. Can you guys, like, write Bravo and TLC and get me a reality show? I don't fucking care. Logo needs a reality show where it's like, and if they called it My Good Judy, I'm telling you, people would watch it. Because I know this is stereotypical, but most gay men have a best friend that's a woman, right? And most women have a good friend that's a gay guy. So it would be so relatable, and if it wasn't like 10 people in a house, sex in Palm Springs. I mean, we don't need another show like that, okay? Basically just Vanderpump Rules in 10 different cities. We need a relatable show, okay? A gay guy and his good Judy up in the middle of Indianapolis. That's what we need in the Midwest, you know? Suburbia. That is so relatable, don't you think? I think it is. Make that happen for me. They'll be like, no. Sell us your point in 30 seconds or less. Yeah, me and my good Judy Tanya drive around and get fountain pops. There's your reality show. That could be it. People would become addicted to it if it was just what we talk about in the car. I think rather highly of myself, don't I? My ratings would soar. We'd be canceled after 4 episodes. I was watching these shows. I got so reminiscent the other day. Tanya's texting me right now, and I can't even, like, read it because I'm, like, driving. I don't text and drive, you know? But, so, like, I did not have great high school experience, right? So I love watching high school shows, but I don't necessarily love, like, Pretty Little Liars. Like, I did, like, I watched the whole first season, and then I just got so behind that I didn't continue to watch it. And, like, I wanted to watch, like, Teen Wolf. Like, I like watching shows like that, but, like, if they're documentaries, I really love them, right? And so, I was actually Googling these the other night, and I was sitting there, and I was just like, I was Googling these the other night, and I was, like, watching them on YouTube, because I was, like, I had forgotten all about them. And there's one called American High, and then there's one called American Teen. Now, one of them was a series that was on Fox, and it was 4 episodes, and then it got canceled, and it took place, I don't know where, Chicago. It took place in a suburb of Chicago, and it got canceled, and then PBS picked it up, and it was 13 episodes, and it was their their senior year. Oh my God, this is how your drummer drums. I watched, like, the whole one. There's one episode, it's called American High or American Teen. Go look it up. It's so hard to watch because it's such bad filming. Like, whoever put it up in their video, it's, like, bad, but listen, thank you, because it was the only one I could find anywhere. PBS has never released it on DVD. I read some article, this girl was like, I have them all on VCR tapes. I translated it to DVD, and I'm going to put them up on YouTube. I was like, could you please put that up on YouTube, like, yesterday? I want to watch them. I loved this show. And then I was thinking about Two-A-Days that was on MTV. And so, like, I went back and I was, like, looking at all these interviews with, like, the people that were... Did you guys watch Two-A-Days on MTV? I loved that show. I love documentaries about, like, high school. I just love it. And I don't know why, like... Because I didn't have a great high school experience. And so to see a very, like, normalized high school experience, like, for me... Like, I don't know. It's fun for me to watch. And so I was, like, going in there, and oh, my God. It has been 10 years since Two-A-Days was on. It was, like, out in, like, 2000. It's been, like, 14 years now. And I was, like, all the guys looked totally grown up, and I was, like, watching what happened to them. And then I was watching the episode with the coach where he was like, beat the piss out of them! When you go out there today, beat the piss out of them! I mean, I don't even like football. I don't even understand football, and I, like, was obsessed with that TV show, Two-A-Days. But I love those shows like that. I mean, I love Teen Mom and stuff like that, too, but that's not, like, really realistic. I mean, it is, but it's not, like... I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I like to watch the shows just about, like, high schoolers that are going to school, like the documentaries. And American High and American Teen was like that. And I think American Teen was the one that it was just, like, a documentary, and it was, like, an hour and a half, and it took place in Indiana. And it was, like, the cover of it looks like The Breakfast Club, and they based it on, like, they had, like, the jock, and then they had, like, the, you know, the popular girl, and then they had this and that, and, you know, like, for each one of, like, the roles. But, like, even it, like, you have to get on, like, Amazon or something to watch it. That was really, really good, though. the reason why I sang that, this is how my drummer drums, was because when I was watching that one episode, it was like part 1 of 3, part 2 of 3, and part 3 of 3. It was all these kids, and at the school that they went to, and it was like Lake Forest or something in Chicago, a suburb of Chicago. They like the whole school would do like this dance show every year, right? And then you had to like audition for certain teams, and then they would put on like this whole like dance night, right? That was very much like a first acts. Like a lot of schools do that with like talent shows and stuff, but it was all dance acts. And every kid wanted to be in these dance acts. So they had to audition for different teams, and then each team would perform at this dance thing, and that episode was all about like the different teams performing. And it was so fun to watch, and I was like, I think also I wish kind of I was more involved in high school when I was in high school. That's kind of really a regret I have. Like Tanya and I very much like are like high school, like with our weekends and things like that. So yeah, it's been a good day. It's been a really good day. It's been relaxing. This is how my drummer drums. How are you doing? I think this vlog is going to be really long. I've talked like a lot today. I feel like, oh my God. That coyote was scary. Tanya's like, because I was like real intrigued by it at first. We were like watching it. It was literally like 20 feet away from us, and Tanya like went inside. She's like, come on, come on, come on. And I wish I had on video. I was like, why couldn't I have got that on video? That's why I was like waiting for him to come back. And she was like, trust me, you don't want to be out here. She's like, they're predators. They'll come right up here. And I was like, no, he will not come right up here. She was like, Peter, he's come like he or her come right up to like the door before. I was like, whatever, girl. There's a lot of deer out there, too. It was beautiful. Coyote was beautiful, but very scary. She was like, what if you were running at night and, like, you ran into a coyote? I was like, do you really think they'd attack you? She was like, yes. It's like, damn. So, anyway. So pretty tonight. I keep on forgetting to post my vlog, you guys. Like, I have it ready at like 6, and then I forget to post it, and I post it like at 11, which just irritates me. So I apologize that I'm not getting right on top of it. Anyway. Well, I think I'm going to end this a little early tonight, because I've kind of done a couple different takes and things, and shown some different stuff. So I'm going to drive around because I'm listening to my audiobook, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Go get it. It's so good. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like a fourth of the way through it, and I like don't want it to end. I'm like, this is so good. This is like one of the best books I've read in a long time, or listened to in a long time. So that's my advice for the week. I will link it below. And I will link all the books below on this video that I've talked about, like The Inexplicable Logic of My Life, and that. If you want to know like any of the meditation books I talk about, they're all linked underneath my so-called Healthy Life channel. I link them all underneath those. So, they're affiliate codes, so if you do go hit them, I make like 1 cent off of each sale, just so you know. I put it underneath there too, that they're affiliate codes. I'm getting rich on affiliate codes. God, I wish. It is like really still early for me. I guess not. I mean, it's 1 o'clock, but I still have some Jimmy John's at home. Like, I want to eat it and then go to bed is what I want to do tonight. I was thinking about sitting on the front porch and reading for a while too. So I'm going to listen to my audiobook, read for a little bit, and try to be in bed by 3, which is probably late for you guys, but for me it's not late, so that's my goal. Drive around for an hour and then read on the front porch and eat the rest of my sandwich and read. Alright, you guys, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Remember, take a risk today, because we're on borrowed time as it is. Good night.